Well, the U.S. is deploying destroyers and thousands of Marines towards Venezuela as President Trump looks to crack down on cartels and the Maduro regime. They could reportedly reach the country's coast as soon as tomorrow. Here to discuss is Dissident Project speaker and an immigrant from Venezuela, Jorge Galicia, along with PragerU political commentator and Venezuelan political refugee, Franklin Camargo. So great to have you both on. I'm going to start with you, Jorge. What is the reaction of Venezuelans? I know you guys are in close contact with people who are living there right now. Over 70–80% of the country voted for the opposition party against Maduro. How are they feeling?
Then how did he get elected? If 70–80% of people voted against him, by force. Oh my God. That's crazy. He has all the guns. That'll do it, won't it? Yep, that'll do it.
Feeling in this moment, knowing that these destroyers are coming so close to the Venezuelan coast?
He's got the cards.
Well, first of all, Rachel, thank you for having me again. I think many people in Venezuela are extremely optimistic. They cannot really be loud about it because they're facing...
See, here's the thing is that, like, I don't know how many Americans I speak for, but I think that there's a lot of people that feel the way that I do, which is we don't have any ill will, animosity. And in fact, I would like to visit South America to see the Aztec temples and the Mayan temples and all that stuff, right? I'd love to do that. We see a country like El Salvador and we say, wow, that's amazing. We love this. You guys should do that everywhere. There's no ill will or negative sentiment that Americans have towards South America on a fundamental level. And I think that the amount of positivity towards El Salvador proves that. Like, I don't feel any ill will towards like a Venezuelan or a Brazilian or anything like that, right? At all. Like, how many of you guys feel that same way? Is this a joke? No, I'm being honest. Like, how many of y'all feel the exact same way? Because they're part of America. At the end of the day, like, they're South America, but they're still America, right? I mean, like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, it's the problem that you, and like, again, it's the problem you got people like that are in charge that are problematic. That's it. Same. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's, and so there's an idea that Americans are like, you know, xenophobic or negative or racist against South America. El Salvador just immediately deletes that argument. It evaporates that argument. It's not real. Thanks, I'm from Brazil. Yeah, no, we get it. Like, we totally understand. Like, yeah, absolutely. Chileans, yeah, sure.
That terrible criminal regime, if they express their gratitude towards the United States government and towards President Trump for the pressure he's adding against Maduro, they're going to face horrible consequences. That's why you don't really see a lot of...
Why is it that every single one, like... Isn't it crazy that like Stalin, Saddam, and now Maduro, every single one of them is the same general type of guy with really good hair and a really good mustache? How does it happen 3 times in a row, man? Like, really, like, is it the same guy? Are they like cloning him in like Antarctica and like sending him out to do this? Yeah. What the fuck?
Expressions coming out of Venezuela, but, you know, I have people there. I talk to them.
Look at that hairline.
Yeah, I spoke to one of the opposition activists who was holed up in that embassy for over a year before she was rescued. And I asked her, and she said, it's a silent euphoria. And so while they're quietly celebrating what President Trump is doing right now in Venezuela, and frankly, for the whole Western Hemisphere, Franklin, meanwhile, Venezuelans who are living abroad are putting out the most remarkable TikTok, Instagram videos I've ever seen. You're seeing the destroyers coming into the ocean and the planes coming overhead, and YMCA playing, and just the euphoria from the dissident community who's abroad is so palpable.
I feel bad for them. I'm worried about them, man. Like that's a dictatorship. Like I'd be afraid for their safety, for real.
And thankful to the administration. Yeah. Give us more context to that.
Is that Shroud?
Yes, the Venezuelan people recognizes that the Trump administration is probably one of the biggest allies that Venezuelan freedom fighters have had over the last 25 years. Is someone who has recognized that Maduro is not just a threat to South America, it's not just a threat to Venezuelans, but it's also a threat to the American people. And I think this is the most important thing to mention right now. When we talk about Nicolas Maduro, when we talk about the Venezuelan regime, we're not just talking about a government that we dislike or a dictatorship, a soft dictatorship. We're talking about a narco state, a government that produced over 25% of the entire cocaine that is produced in the entire world. It's
Damn. That's wild. Holy shit.
Also a regime that sent Tren de Aragua, the same criminal organization that killed, for example, Lakin Riley, or that killed Jocelyn Nungaray. So there is
still not enough for Hunter.
Need for the American people, for the well-being of the American people in the Western Hemisphere.
Maybe we should. That's what we do. We get rid of Maduro and we replace him. The new president of Venezuela can be Hunter Biden. And he'll get rid of all the cocaine by just fucking using it all. Like a black hole. Totally get rid of the cocaine problem.
To have a regime change to stop these cartels. Yeah. But Venezuelans recognize that Trump is an ally, that the U.S. government is probably the biggest hope that we currently have.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about who else is involved with Nicolas Maduro. It's not just the drug cartels, which is serious, and I appreciate Franklin laying that part out, but it's the Chinese, it's the Iranians. Let's talk about the Chinese, because they
is always why is it that always this Iranian government is always on the side of the person that's crazy? Isn't that nuts? The narrative is screwed, though. They're not a threat to America. We would stomp them in any conflict. This is not America first at all. I think that realistically, Venezuela's economy, if what they're saying is true, is at least contingent partially on drug distribution in the United States. Do you really think that Venezuela also, like, if they make 25% of the world's cocaine, do you think that they use 25% of the world's cocaine? Of course not. So just apply a little bit of common sense and logical thinking to this, and you'd realize that it's very obvious that their business model and their economy, and also this guy, by the way, is a fucking dictator. People don't like him either. He's destabilizing the country, which is causing a bunch of people to come over here. Sometimes doing things that are America first doesn't always mean that you only deal with America. America first is not isolationism. Sometimes America first is being proactive so you don't have to be isolationist. That's my opinion. Like a good example of this is the bombing of the Iranian nuclear facilities. This is an America first action because it threatens a long-term stability in an area. Like, you have to be able to think more than one step in front of you. I understand your point of view, and I think that it's fair for you to criticize and be concerned, especially after 20 years replacing the Taliban with the Taliban. I get it. I think that's a good point of view. But that doesn't mean that it's always accurate.
Made a huge play and got away with a lot of stuff while America was looking in.
Good guys don't have people that have to leave their country because of political persecution. That's not what good guys have.
The other direction, towards the Middle East, towards Ukraine, and the Chinese were making their move in our hemisphere, in our backyard. Explain.
Yeah, definitely China is all involved in Venezuela. I remember when I was there, I once went to a military outpost and I was embarrassed because I saw the Chinese flag waving in this military place where, you know, in a military place in Venezuela, you should only see Venezuelan flags and that's about it. I saw Chinese...
It's insane, man. Yeah, like, exactly, bro. See, imagine how we feel watching an American leftist protest. Where's every flag except for the American flag? Well, there is the American flag. It's upside down. So, yeah. And he's a complete idiot. I'm in South America. He just changed Christmas to July. There's no way he changed Christmas to July. Like, I partially believe that, but, like, I don't entirely. But, yeah, I don't think so. We're on fire? Maybe.
Flag. I saw a Cuban flag, an Iranian flag.
He did change it? No. The Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro, announced a change to the date of Christmas. It's going to be moved from December 4th to December 1st to bring forward the Christmas spirit. It was a one-time adjustment. This guy's a fucking retard. What the fuck? What is this? I don't even know what to say. That's because he was born in November and he wanted his birthday to be farther away from Christmas because his mom doesn't give him presents on both days because they are too close to each other. At this point, I'm 95% sure you're lying. But I'm only 95% sure that you're lying.
That doesn't really make sense. So all of these countries are openly operating in Venezuela to harm American interests in the region. And it's such a good news that President Trump is finally taking notice and acting accordingly to stop this.
Well, we're looking at something very historic about to happen. All eyes on Latin America. If Donald Trump succeeds if President Trump
sending the fucking battleships to Venezuela. Oh my God.
Succeeds in cleaning up the Western Hemisphere from Maduro and his very nefarious influences with cartels, the Chinese and the Iranians, I think it may be his greatest foreign policy success, really ever. It really impacts us. It's our backyard. So, Franklin.
Yeah, somebody's bringing up in chat that El Salvador, new measures in schools to men to wear military cuts. He outlawed the Edgar haircuts. I already thought he was great, okay? You didn't need to convince me. Yeah, I was already on his side. I don't get it. Yeah, why'd you even say that?
Jorge, thanks for joining us, and we'll be checking back with you as this entire story is just beginning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your cut was retarded. Yeah, it was.
I'm Steve Doocy.
No. So Trump is sending, what the fuck, bro? Like, oh my God. Like, I didn't even know this was happening. I guess it's literally just like, let me see if I find this Trump, let me see if there's any more information about this, too. If Trump dares to touch Maduro, rest assured that all of Latin America will rise up and take to the streets celebrating for an entire week. You got me in the first half. If Donald Trump dares to touch Maduro, rest assured that all of Latin America will raise up and take to the streets to celebrate for an entire week. Oh, man. Yeah, people are tired of this fucking asshole. That's great, man. Wow. And this is... Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, there we go, guys. Wow. We will, guys. Come on. I mean, again, like, you know, as an American, I mean, we, you know, like, I think South America's great. I think that, yeah, I don't have anything negative to say about it. It's just, there's just, you know, there's like some government problems you guys have there, but I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, we have government problems even, right? I mean, so, like, I understand it. I get it. Yeah, and if you're also America first, have you ever thought to yourself, maybe it's a good idea to get rid of the person who's destabilizing a country, making people have to leave that country in the thousands, the tens of thousands, because of political persecution or other forms of oppressive leadership? So, like, again, like, you have to think a little bit outside of that frame of reference. Like, I get where you're coming from with that person saying that root cause. Yeah. Well, it's just oil. Why can't it be both? Yeah.
4,000 Marines are heading in the direction of Venezuela.
Ooh.
According to the White House, the mission is to target drug cartels that traffic narcotics to the United States.
So you've probably heard that the U.S. State Department has placed a $50 million bounty on the head of Venezuela's 7th president, Nicolás Maduro, allegedly for involvement in trafficking narcotics into the United States. As you also just saw, the situation is escalating into a potential war scenario. With
Man. Yep, very smart to tell them beforehand. I mean, they're going to figure it out instantly, right? I mean, it's not really that big of a secret. Yeah, I mean, like, that's it. The Beijing will provide support to... Shut the fuck up. Shut the hell up. Is this it? Oh, damn. Latinx America? Yeah, I'll see if there's any more images of this. I don't know if there is or not. This Alex Jones even talking about this shit. What are you saying?
Now, I don't like any of these wars. Not Gulf War, not Gulf II, not Afghanistan, all of it. I've been against all these wars, Ukraine war, all of it.
Yeah.
But if you look at U.S. doctrine and wars that we fought before that were right...
He is bald.
It's in Latin America. This is our sandbox. And Venezuela is a communist dictatorship with the biggest oil reserves per square foot in the world. Their people are absolute slaves.
Man.
And I don't like regime change, but they are manipulating our elections. They are flooding us with fentanyl. And if there were surgical strikes...
Well, they don't like regime change either. That's why they apparently were ignoring elections. Yeah.
To take out the communists, there'd be an uprising and they could have elections and it would be a good thing.
You would convince us that oil?
So
yeah.
I'm not one to ever push offensive stuff, but they started it, so it's really defense. So I'll say it.
Say it.
I am for removing the Venezuelan
I thought I was going to say
dictatorship.
the N-word. Never mind. Okay.
And
yeah,
but
true.
by the extension,
yeah,
the cartels back down and have basically slashed fentanyl production 90+%. I mean, they're killing their own people that do it. That's well known. And even in mainstream news. So it's kind of like Trump. I'm going to come get you in Mexico now because of what you did before. And the CIA was basically allowing
this shit never works, bro. It's not working what they have over there right now. It's not working. It's clearly not working.
all that, running a lot of it under Obama and then under Trump's nose, and then, you know, with Biden it got worse. So by that extension, I mean, for those that don't know, Trudeau allows the use of it. It's decriminalized, and they turned a blind eye to its production. Most of it comes out of Canada now. That's on record. So I just...
That's a lot.
Yeah, do we have a right to go blow up the cartels? Yeah.
He was building up to that. He building up to it.
But they rolled over, basically. Venezuela is...
No, they don't want to deal with it because, like, the thing is, the cartels, like, if I was the cartel leaders, right, what would I do? I would say, fuck, you win. You win. You win. That's fine. That's fine. Not going to deal with this shit at all. Like, do you think they really want to deal with the U.S. military? Fuck no. Like, they don't even want to kill U.S. citizens. Like, they just want to make their money and have their power in peace and do their own thing. Like, because also they can just bet on maybe 3 years they could have some new president, and then they can just get right back to doing what they were doing. You see what I'm saying? Just wait 3 years. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, because the guys that run the cartels, they're smart guys. They are. They're smart guys.
The 800-pound gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
And so whether you're for it or not, it's about to happen, in my view.
Yep.
And that's why you see Maduro trying to kiss ass and, oh, Trump, you're good. Hey, Biden told me to ship all the criminals up there. I've got the documents. You got them too. Yeah, we know that.
He trying to roach out? I can see that. For sure, absolutely. Please ran to Vancouver, take out Mexican cartels and Chinese triads. I don't know what's going on in Vancouver, man. Like, that's it. I got no idea. You can't trust anyone there, though. He needs rule with fear's iron fist. I don't know about that. Yeah, live stream's just gonna be epic. Yeah. And no, I'm glad that they're trying to do something about it. I mean, hopefully, like, I mean, I think with anything like this, I think that the main thing that America should try to do is to empower the people that are in that country to take back control of the country. I think that any regime change that is too foreign will end up having a negative second order effect, like maybe 15 years, 10 years down the line. Like, at the end of the day, like, it should not be us installing somebody from Venezuela to run the country. It should be us, you know, like, what do you call it? Empowering Venezuelans to be able to dictate their own future. 70% hate them? Yeah, I know. No, so start a civil war? Well, I mean, they are, so the thing is that there would be a civil war, but there can't be a civil war because these people are losing. They're losing. They already lost. Like, the only reason there's not a civil war right now is because they're just totally, they're totally oppressed. And also, like, again, like, you think about this. By the way, I have no problem. Like, absolutely. Like, you got people sending fucking causing these problems up here at us. Of course you're going to do something to them. Absolutely. It's common sense. They're starving. Yeah, same as Iran. Yeah, it's same as Iran. I have the same outlook as Iran. Yeah, 100%.